Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a different video today. We're diving into YouTube golf, but we're diving into sort of new range, new age YouTube golf. Some potential newcomers, some beef, some questions, some answers, some Reddit. We're going through it all. I'm here to inform you. I'm a man of the community. I do the YouTube golf community talking, and sometimes that isn't just good Garrett, Rick, Grant. Sometimes I do want to go in on some new people in the space, and so that's what we're going to do today, sparked by really this video right here. Brian Bros versus Evan Thompson, 18-hole stroke play. I'm halfway through it right now. If you just search Evan Thompson's name right now in YouTube, you're going to find a ton of matches. He had Grant on his channel 12 days ago with what looks to be like a very interestingly AI thumbnail. But I mean, obviously it's still got a lot of views, but also, I mean, it's Grant Horvath. He's the biggest person in YouTube golf right now. Anyways, the Grant Horvath and the Brian Bros match, this is also on Evan's channel. This thumbnail looks way better, by the way, Evan, so good job with that. But anyways, this is something that we have seen before. We have seen this in the past. Where have we seen it before? We have seen it with Benjamin Kruper. Benjamin Kruper had posted, when he first started posting his long form videos, very similarly, a match versus Grant. About 500,000 views, almost identical to what we just saw with Evan Thompson. So I went over to Reddit after I saw this video, and I saw a post that really kind of said what I was thinking. And usually with videos, I like to try to, if I have a thought, I kind of usually assume that a lot of people in the community have similar thoughts. Well, lo and behold, not only did I have it, it's on Reddit, so I thought, yeah, I'll make a video about it. Thoughts on Evan Thompson. Saw this guy pop up on a bunch of channels recently. I really don't like watching him. That's subjective. I'm not here to trash on Evan Thompson. I'll get to that in a second. Why is he getting such a big push right now? And then I followed up with, this seems to be the way. It was Ben Kruper 6 months ago. Now, as internet comment sections go, people are going through, giving their takes on him. It's love, hate. Some people like him, some people don't. Just like Ben, just like before them, DOD King. But what do they all have in common? They all have come from social media golf. Ben likes to point out, or liked to point out in one of his videos, that I didn't know who he was before the Good Desert Open. I didn't, straight up. That was no slight against Ben. Said that before. I just had no idea who he was. I'm not a social media golfer. I don't watch social media golf. I don't have TikTok. Well, I don't use TikTok. I don't scroll Instagram Reels. If you only make content on social media, Instagram or TikTok, I probably don't know who you are. Probably doesn't matter how big you are until you start coming into YouTube. I certainly know who Ben Kruper is now because he's been on YouTube. After his first video with Grant, that was the first video I watched. He's definitely been on YouTube since. His kind of reunion, I don't know about reunion, but his uniting with DOD King has seemed to do really well for them. And now this is a similar track that Evan Thompson is on. Both these guys obviously have tons of short form videos on their channel, but starting to post long form videos. Evan's kind of been doing it for a few months now. I think more consistently in the last month or two. And it really starts to break through when you start getting stuff like this. Like if you're an entry into YouTube golf creator, but you have a bit of a following, obviously on the social side of things, and you can get some matches with the big dogs, the Grants, the Brian Bros, you know, the Bust Jacks, the whatever, that's gonna really help spur your channel on. And that's why I think people are drawing a lot of comparisons. Evan Thompson and Ben Kruper have had very similar trajectories. It was like this initial push of, you know, a couple videos with big creators. We had Grant Horvath, we had Micah Morris, and then Brian Bros. And then we've kind of had this like, all right, like what do they do now? How do they evolve? How do they come into the space? And that's why I think it's interesting to talk about, because these two face a challenge that all new creators face, right? All new creators coming into the space are gonna have this issue of trying to do something that everyone else isn't already doing. And what I mean by that is, like, Grant is already making videos like Grant Horvath, where he's playing, you know, matches against top pros. Like, you're gonna have a hard time making a match against, you know, a tour pro or playing with the #1 ranked 9-year-old golfer in the world, and you're gonna have a hard time making that better than Grant does. You're gonna have a hard time making Wheel of Not Ideal videos hard or better, or challenge videos better than Good, or drinking videos better than Bob Does Sports. I've said this before. The challenge is to come in and do something that other people aren't doing. These two also have an interesting past because they definitely have a narrative and from everything I've heard behind the scenes, a pretty agreed upon dislike for each other. It's all kind of stemmed publicly when Ben Kruper posted this video following. You can listen to the audio of this. It's hilarious. He's voiceovering it.
And I got this putt at history, 23 under, first person to ever break 50, and I did it. I did it.
Ben does a lot of like satire content on short form. I would say you'd be crazy to watch this and not think that it was some sort of push. I'm pretty sure Ben denies it in the comments somewhere, saying it's not that serious, whatever. But this video obviously went pretty nuts, and you know, I do think it was a bit of a slight. So it's interesting. These two are kind of coming up in the same way, coming up from the same place. I think the best thing that either of these two could do is kind of what Ben and DOD King did. Like, those two guys, I think, had some online beef, whether it was real or not. I'm pretty sure there's a video on his channel or on his page here, yeah, where he's hitting like stingers at DOD King's face. I mean, this is just good marketing. Like, this is one thing I think Ben does really well with his short form stuff. It's like, he's a good rage baiter. That's like something you can do on short form that is like very, very not lucrative, but like, you know, beneficial for engagement, is like to just upset people and have them kind of think something, get upset about something that is not actually serious. And Ben's really good at that. He posts a lot of like, oh, this is my worst round ever, shooting like a 29, and obviously he's like making it up just for the content. But this is something that he did, kind of seemingly him and Dog King had a beef, and then they played, and now they're like buddies, and now they're playing like collab-based content all the time. I don't know if that would happen with Evan Thompson. It feels like maybe the beef is a bit more real, but I do think following a similar trajectory could be a good thing for both of them. I feel like Ben could use kind of like a viral push right now in his content, and Evan's just starting out, and so any piece of content he can get that's going to pull a ton of attention is going to be really beneficial for him. So I would like to see that. I'm gonna formally, let's get a Ben Kruper Evan Thompson grudge match. Let's see something on the line. I'd love to, you know what I'd love to see? I'd like to see a Ben Kruper Evan Thompson grudge match with DOD King as like the moderator slash like announcer, like him in the cart and him like commentating it and whatever. Like, I know he's kind of friends with Ben right now, but put that aside, be right down the middle, chirp both of them equally, be there to kind of talk crap to both of them on the side, and then let's see these guys put something up. I mean, I don't know, like, if they want to put up money, if they want whatever. I know they've had a bit of beef with like sponsorships and stuff in the past, but I would love to see that, and I think that'd be cool. So anyways, my point of this video is just like, this is something that a lot of people have tried to do. The amount of people who have gotten big on TikTok and Instagram and tried to come over to YouTube Golf, there's a ton. And these are two guys that have done it and are doing it, in my opinion, well, and who have had, you know, good enough success, but are very much going to face the challenges of staying relevant, staying here in this space where there are just so many juggernauts. Like, if I just open up my YouTube homepage right now and look at videos that I haven't even watched yet, we got Bryson DeChambeau, arguably the king of YouTube golf. We got Foreplay posting a ton of videos. They have a Break 100 series with Jersey Jerry right now. We have, well, there's an Evan Thompson one, but we have Ben Hadd doing the pro golf. We have Good doing old clubs. We have, this is just my YouTube golf side of things. Obviously, Rick Shields posted a bunch of club stuff, Mr. Short Game. Like, there are juggernauts in this space, heavy hitters who are posting hours of content every single day. People don't understand how hard it is to break through. And look, every once in a while you get a 50 view. Shout out Natalie Canal Golf right here, Big River Golf Course, September 2024. Every once in a while you get one of those, and if you can have those videos randomly get recommended, be good quality videos that people click on, people get interested in, that's how you're gonna stay up and popping. My advice to everyone is always just make less better. These guys, if they can get a match, if they can get a grudge match, I know maybe they don't want to do it, maybe they don't even want to message each other, but if they can get a little grudge match going, I think that would be huge for both their channels, and I think would help kind of set the path for doing something different. So anyways, that's the video. Let me know your thoughts on both these guys. They're coming into the space. I don't know. I don't have personally a huge opinion on either of them. I'll be honest, I don't really watch either of their content that much at the moment, but I've noticed them coming into the space. I've noticed them on other people's channels. I definitely think it's an interesting storyline to follow, and we're the YouTube Golf Guy channel, so we're obviously going to do that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one.